Well, first and foremost, we agree that in principle this would be wonderful if it was possible. But timing is everything, and unfortunately Canada is not at the point where we have a pool that is large enough to be able to choose from of people who have both the merit and judicial excellence that is required in selecting Supreme Court judges and the excellence in the linguistic category. I have to admit myself, I am considered fully bilingual by many. In fact, while I'm here in Ottawa, many think I come from Quebec when I speak French. But I too have to use translation many times. When I listen to Monsieur Godin actually in French, many times I have to use translation because there are cultural slang expressions from New Brunswick I don't understand. There are cultural slang expressions from Quebec I don't understand. We believe we need the best Supreme Court judges with the best competencies, and that is why right now we cannot rely on the best linguistic competencies but the best judicial. But we do believe bilingualism is an advantage, and we encourage all bilingual judges to apply, of course.
Monsieur Gaudin, you've heard in the Senate.
Do I not get a response?
Well, I want to get to the Senate. I want to get to where the bill's at now. It's before the Senate, and the question is, what to reply to Mr. Gaudin briefly, but then the Senate. I want to know what you think. I will address the Senate question, and of course, I believe the senators will follow what they believe is the right thing for Canada. And I'm very surprised at Mr. Gaudin, because Mr. Gaudin also sat in the Official Language Committee. We did a complete study, and it was shown very, very clear we cannot hire enough bilingual people in the public service, let alone having high standards, very high standards for Supreme Court judges, and to try to find people who are in every region who understand New Brunswick slang, who understand, of course, Quebec slang. I am not able to do that, and I've spent all my entire life learning both languages. So the senators, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Gaudin, you can disagree with me, but I didn't interrupt you. Now, in the Senate, what do you think will happen? Is it going to be a whipped vote in the Senate? Are you going to call the senators? Because the Prime Minister has often derided the Liberal senators when they don't follow the leadership of the Liberal leader. Is your leader, the Prime Minister, going to tell the senators, I want this voted down?
As far as I know, this is not a whipped vote. This is a vote with regards to something that is absolutely very, very important to this country. This is a decision that could affect every single one of our children. And I'll tell you, I have adult children right now who have aspirations, and I have studied French my entire life. Not every child has been given that opportunity, and not every child will be given that opportunity. Unfortunately, Monsieur Gaudin's bill will actually put some of those people in a disadvantaged position, particularly those who are in positions they cannot afford to learn both languages.
And by the way, we're not taking off translation from the Supreme Court, and even if a person is not perfectly bilingual, we'll still have the translation, and depending on the translation, they need it. That's not what the bill is all about.
Okay, on that note, we're going to have to wrap it up. I think we'll probably be hearing next from the senators on this. Thanks very much.
Read your own bill, Mr. Gaudin. You're taking it away.
Yeah,
thank you.